Where's the countdown?
The clock
Welcome
was
to-
in your head.
Welcome to Absolute Cinema with Mr. JC on ABC Radio Goldfields.
Oh no. Special guest.
This show's been taken over. I have two special guests, Pragpro. No, I'm kidding. This is a Three Grandmas podcast.
I love that.
Thank you for having me.
That's a great
I'm
name.
glad to be here in studio. Thank you so much.
I wish the name of our channel was Absolute Cinema. That's so much better than what we have.
Nah, that's my show. I made that up. I came up with that. But it's
Tell everyone about
Improv
your
master.
Three
show.
Grandmas.
Tell everyone about your adventures in radio this week.
I like to be humble. But I was on the radio.
Listen,
Like to be helpful.
no,
like
can
to
we
be
drop the
humble.
link? Can I get the link
Be
in the
humble.
chat?
Hey.
We'll find the link. For
I
you.
posted you the
support.
link. No,
But Daddy,
I was on the.
promotion. You know, you need the link to share in the chat.
Listen here, Daddy.
Talk, please talk, Daddy.
I don't want to toot my own horn.
Toot it.
I was on a radio show yesterday for the ABC, not the American one, the Australian one, ABC Goldfields Radio, to estimated 7,000 listeners, talking about movies. I talk about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which you should not see, and the new Croods movie. The Croods movie that came out in 2020.
The new Croods.
No, I wish there was a new one, but no, the second Croods movie, which was from the same director of Puss in Boots: The Last Witch, which we'll be talking about soon. And yeah, I just tooted its horn, said you guys should go see it. Save your money. Don't go see Mario. Watch this instead because it's an infinitely better movie. But now I'm here. I'm with my boys, the Three Grandmas. This is where I'm most
back down to
comfortable.
earth. It's just like Artemis. You've gone to the moon, and now you have to come back to this dirty little mud spot, right?
And I'm going to change the layout.
I think it was
so you can
great. I'll
see-
tell you what. I really enjoyed the radio performance, and I'm gonna pin this to the top right here because I want everyone to know about this and about Ivo, who's my favorite new Australian radio host. Ivo. I'm sorry, I have an accent, Ivo. I'm sorry, it's an American accent. I'm sorry.
It's
Ivo,
just Ubonics.
you guys are such a hit. Australia is such a treat, and I can't wait to visit you guys, and I can't wait for the next episode and whatever you do over there. I think it was great.
I love that you're giving Australia a review, just Australia. 5 out of 5 for Australia.
5.
Well, that's a lot.
It's not 5 though. It's like 3.8. It's so dry. My skin is moisture. It's very
You're
dry.
Right. You're right.
I do like the commercial right before you came on your segment. There's a lady going, even though I don't live in Australia, it did hit me pretty hard. And she goes, "If you can't save the koalas, who can you save?" And I was like, you know what? She's right.
If you can't save the koalas, who can you save, mate? This is for the truckies.
That's
and the
trailers was saying so little,
In New South Wales, that was a whole thing. The premier at the time was called, they were calling her koala killer because she basically just let them die when the bushfires were happening. It was pretty bad. But no, we're on the Three Grandmas podcast now. This is another episode of Brave the Cinema, which is our bi-weekly segment where we talk about new movies that came out bi-weekly bisexual segment.
This is our bisexual segment. We're gonna get Ricky.
But no, so yeah, it's our bi-weekly segment where we talk about new movies that came out in the past year. I just give you a recommendation of anything new that's coming out. And it was my choice this week, and I decided to pick a movie from this year, 2026. I didn't get to see it in cinema. I was pretty bummed about that. I think I was
bummed
just busy.
beforehand or after?
Both, always.
Okay.
I'm always bummed. I'm constantly bummed. That's just my...
I get it.
But that's just
when he says he's being bummed, that means somebody's stuck in him, Chang. That's what being bummed means in Australia.
Hold on, Prag. But yeah, so this is Sam Raimi's newest film. I want to know, are you guys big Sam Raimi fans? Are we Raimi heads in this?
I'm a Raimi head. I remember seeing Evil Dead when I was a little kid and just being the amazing practical effects and the camera work. And nobody can make a Sam Raimi movie. His movies don't fit into categories. They're only in the Sam Raimi section, right? And another movie that I love is it Darkman with
with Liam Neeson, right?
Liam Neeson, which was his first comic book movie. And every time I see one of these movies it reminds me that he's like a someone who takes comic books and brings them to life. And this movie also reminded me of Drag Me to Hell a little bit too, which is another comedic type.
Yeah, I mean,
movie.
obviously, his most famous movies. Do we want to say it on 3, 2, 1?
Spider-Man. Peter-Man.
Yeah. Peter-Man, yeah.
Which was a banger.
Yeah, the first two.
Yeah, because like nobody had special effects like that, and the fucking web. Nobody had Spider-Man moving like that. Like nobody saw that before. It was an amazing pioneering event in cinema.
I like to think that when you watch like Avengers and like all the latest Marvel movies, like pretty much like around Endgame and all that stuff like that, whatever, you were watching action movies, high expensive, high octane action movies that happen to have superheroes in it, right? But when you watch the Spider-Man 1 and 2, you were watching a comic book movie. Like that felt more like a comic book movie than what we usually get now,
Yeah, and it was such inspired. Like the choice to have Raimi do it was so inspired, because you look at like his films like Evil Dead, the 2 Evil Deads, also Darkman. Obviously, he did that independently, but. Like his 2, like the Evil Dead series, like Army of Darkness as well. Like the way that the characters act, and it's almost like like theater. Like it's very over exaggerated. It's
comic caricatures, big characters, very clear who everyone is. It's like bright colors, bright. It's like, oh, I don't know, like who this character is. No, Yeah,
and I think that fits perfectly for like Spider-Man. You talk about Tobey Maguire. He delivers like all of those lines in the most like it's really hammy, but it's just so like I want to say
it's Peter Parker.
Like, Peter Parker.
Yeah, it's Peter Parker. Exactly.
It's exactly what I wanted Peter Parker to be.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%. And this movie, like he's kind of like gone by the wayside a little bit since Spider-Man. I'm someone who kind of defends his Wizard of Oz movie, his prequel that he made. What's it called? Oz the Great and Powerful. The ones with James Franco.
I did see it. I think
slaps.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
It didn't.
I like it better than Wicked.
I don't know what.
I like it better than
I'm
Wicked.
just not an Oz head. Like some people really fuck with Wizard of Oz stuff, and I'm like, I like it, but I'm like, I'm not like Wizard of Oz is on, and I'm like puppy time, and like, I mean, like it's cool. And it's an amazing first, like the Wizard of Oz is an amazing pioneering event too, as well. Right?
I've seen the Wizard of Oz probably 10,000 times.
Right? I feel like I have too, on purpose.
I don't like it. I don't think it's a good movie. I don't find any enjoyment over it. But my grandpa was a huge fan of it. So he like constantly had it on, so I was like, all right.
But the musical numbers slap.
Right now.
Come on, dog. You have to appreciate like musical numbers slap. Off to See the Wizard is fire. Dorothy's beautiful. Like they're doing horrible abusive things during the production of that film to the cast. And like I do like that movie. I really do like that movie. I remember watching it when I was a little kid. And just like it just and like for something that old to be like a permanence over time for children. Means that it has some value to it, I think.
Absolutely.
Over the Rainbow, though, always gets me.
Banger.
Yeah. Right?
Bangers.
There's some beautiful music in that.
But I wanted to, so his most recent effort was the, what am I trying to say? I've lost it. Was the Marvel movie. Which one was it? Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And listen,
missed it.
I saw that movie. Listen, the first half of that movie, I think, is really, really bland, and it feels like he didn't get a lot of creative control until the second half of the movie, and he kind of cooks in the second. He gets to do
he was picking up a check for that one. And they're like,
a little bit.
We're gonna pay you double if you just shut the fuck up and do what we want, right? And he's like, okay, and then I can make what movies I like to make, which just
like this movie, which brings us to this movie, which kind of felt like you watch all the trailers and stuff, the way it's like marketed. It feels like they're trying to say this is Raimi coming back. He's back to his his Evil Dead days. He's coming back to his horror days. He's Drag Me to Hell days. And I think.
Horror comedy? Is this a horror comedy like Creepshow?
Horror comedy, yeah, I would say so. And I would say it partly does. I think this movie somewhat works. I don't think it's like his best movie. I don't think it brings him fully back, but I think it somewhat works. Yeah, that's That's where I'm starting.
It's a challenging film. Like I was in and out. The first thing you do with a Sam Raimi film is like you decide whether you're in it on the ride or not, because it's not going to be logic, and there's not going to be there's going to be all kinds of fucking problems like that. What'd you think about it, Time, initially?
You know, it's funny you mentioned the multiverse of madness, because now I kind of see like the parallels to this, where in that movie it was very like paint by the numbers at the beginning. And then when they were like, hey, we have to have this thing where, you know, we're going through the multiverse and stuff is crazy, then he just went full balls to the wall and everything just went nuts and the effects were crazy. And that movie gets crazy for a while. Yeah. And then it ends the way it ends and it's like, whatever. But I feel like this movie is the same way. It starts a certain way. So before I get into it more, I saw some movie. I can't remember what movie I saw. I saw it in theaters, and then I saw the trailer for this. And the moment the trailer ended, I looked at Flame and I said, no, this is hot garbage. Like this looks awful. Like who would want to see this? And then I kept seeing trailers and I heard people say it's good. And I'm like, no, it can't be good. So I kind of feel like I know what the movie is going to be about. And again, it's paint by numbers for the first 20, 30 minutes till they get to the island. Then when they get to the island, things start picking up a little bit and it kind of, you kind of think you know what it is. And then it takes a hard turn a little bit. And then it's like, shit, this isn't what I thought this movie was going to be. And then it goes crazy on that path, and then it shifts again. And I'm like, okay, now I don't know how to feel. I liked it though.
I liked it too. I didn't love it though.
Yeah,
I didn't dislike it.
I think my main issue is like the setup. Like the setup is really heavy-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it sets her up. She's this really uncharismatic, and no one likes her at the office.
Yeah,
she's getting her work shortchanged. Oh, is that
blow them up? No, that was.
I thought. I thought
you were. Time. Do you know who this reminds me of?
I thought you were referencing this podcast. Okay.
Just say it, Lance.
I thought you were talking about us, but
no,
I thought you were talking about on this show.
No, I'm talking about 5-star
Rachel
McAdams, dog.
But no, yeah. So this movie
for a 47-year-old lady.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is a bit of a chamber piece. I mean, we see some of the thing in this movie, but I wasn't really paying attention.
You. Look around.
Oh, behind you.
Look at Mommy's feet.
Right there, right there, yeah.
Perfect, right?
There we
Strong.
go.
Like there's good muscle tone. That's what we're looking for. Strength.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie sets it up, and she basically she's being shortchanged by her company. She does a lot of the work, and then they take the credit. But at the same time, she's completely disheveled. She eats tuna sandwiches at her desk instead of in the break room,
and then shoves them in the desk.
Yeah, I was like, this is the most I completely understood his point.
Yeah.
And I don't think I was meant to.
Do you guys get scared about how women can look at the same woman could look horrifically horrible and amazingly beautiful, and there's it's just a couple of chemicals, right?
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
It's amazing, right? It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, they kind of do. I mean, they kind of do a Princess Diaries thing with this movie, don't they? Where they, she gets it, she ends up on an island where you think she'd get more disheveled, but no, she becomes more beautiful as the movie goes on.
It's the blood undertones that she takes on, after that scene.
Living, fresh foods, and a lot of exercise, and she feels good about herself.
When this movie started, Flame had kind of defined this movie or gave it a genre, and she was, it feels like a rom-com. Yeah, and then it kind of stayed that way all the way through. Weirdly, yeah.
It's a Raimi Sam Raimi
but then it's kind of revealed that Dylan O'Brien is kind of faking it, sort of. So it's like
spoilers, kind of there. Yeah,
I would have had Kyle Moody play Dylan O'Brien's character, and it would have been a much more fun and interesting movie. I swear to God, he can do it. Kyle,
I disagree. I actually think Dylan O'Brien's really good in this movie. I love Dylan O'Brien.
It's just not. It's just what it's expected, though.
I mean, we all know that Sam Raimi's favorite guy is Bruce Campbell, and Sam Raimi, if Bruce Campbell could stay young forever, Sam Raimi would have it immediately. He originally wanted him for Spider-Man, and this year was like, no, he's too old.
To do what for Spider-Man? Be Peter Parker?
Peter Parker,
what
yeah.
Was he
Sam Raimi.
38?
Yes, exactly.
That's hilarious.
But no, there's so many moments in Dylan O'Brien's
performance. A villain, though. He could have been a villain.
They wanted him to be the villain in the fourth one. He was going to be Mysterio, but they didn't end up making.
He would have been good as that. He would have been good as that.
Yeah. He would have been so good as Mysterio.
Have you ever seen Ash vs. Evil? Have you guys watched Ash vs. Evil? I've never seen it. but that's his show, right? That's Bruce. I bet it's pretty good. I guess
I've heard it's very good. He recently got diagnosed with cancer, which is very sad. He made a very public announcement about it.
It makes sense that he acts like Bruce Campbell in this movie because it's his dad in the movie.
Wait, what?
Bruce Campbell's in the movie. You didn't see him?
No.
My God.
No, I missed it.
Who is he?
Wait, when was he in the movie? Hold on.
Breaking news, everyone.
God.
Was he on the newspaper, or I missed that?
I am not like completely a huge Sam Raimi fan, but I do know the whole Bruce Campbell connection.
Yeah.
When she goes into the office, Rachel McAdams at the beginning to first talk to the boss, say, hey, why am I being overlooked? Why am I not the vice president? Whatever. When she first goes in there, there's a shot of Dylan O'Brien, whatever that guy's name is, standing there, and behind him is a giant oil painting of Bruce Campbell, and that's his dad.
We missed that.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. I need to go back. I missed that.
It's over his shoulder. Like it's right there.
I mean, I guess Dylan O'Brien did a really good job then, because I didn't like he was too captivating. I didn't notice the Bruce Campbell thing.
Right there.
But no, I thought I saw like hints of Bruce Campbell in Dylan O'Brien's performance. I guess like maybe it might just be Sam Raimi as a
Bruce
director.
Campbell's my new EP. It's dropping May 3rd.
But no, I love that he played this like kind of asshole that doesn't change. Like he's a CEO and he never learns anything. Like he doesn't learn a thing the whole movie. But I do like that we get a little bit of his backstory. There's some really good character moments, like when they're around the campfire and they're talking about she has a husband who treated her like shit, which they didn't mention earlier in the movie. But it's a nice conversation. And he talks about how. Basically, his mum was abusive, and he barely ever saw his dad. And then when his dad died, he just inherited the company, and that's why he is the way he is. And they never like shy away from it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a monster." I like that. But I guess that's
what my friend Nance from sings.
I guess I have a couple of things. My number one thing is, I think the Triangle of Sadness did it better. This movie felt incredibly derivative of the Triangle of Sadness. I don't know if you guys seen that movie at all.
No,
it was directed by Ruben Östlund. It was nominated for Best Picture in 2020. I want to say 2023 or 2022.
You think he stole the story?
Not entirely, but I think thematically it is very similar. There he is.
He's right there. And then he shows a picture of his dad and mom, and he's right there.
I completely missed that. I just glossed over that.
What about the movie with the Harry Potter kid that's about the desert island? But that's much more crazy, right? They have the
Dune?
The kid from Harry Potter.
Which one's that? Oh, you're talking about Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man.
Swiss Army Man is a banger. Swiss Army Man's a banger.
I know we watched it. We all watched it together on a super watch party.
I didn't. I wasn't there, but you guys.
That's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Somebody was there.
That was from the same directors as Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Daniels, who apparently have a new movie coming out that Ryan Gosling dropped out of, sadly. Yeah, rip. But I want to get back to this movie. Essentially, what happens in Triangle of Sadness, instead of a plane, it's a ship, and it's a bunch of rich people and poor people living on the boat, and it has the same thematic ideas. So they're all on the boat, and basically, there's the rich and poor, not rich and poor, but the people who run the boat, and then like the head CEOs that live on the boat, and then there's the people who the service people who work there and are severely underpaid and treated like shit. And then the boat runs aground on an island, right? Like they have to survive on the island, and then it becomes like the rich people become extremely subservient to the service workers who have way more survival skills and more blah 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 blah. It is a very similar thematic plot line, like just like 1-to-1 almost. And I think Triangle of Sadness did a better job because it was a lot more, because there's a lot more service workers than there are the rich CEOs and stuff who have no survival skills at all. And all like their jobs, like play, like what they do on their jobs play into like the stuff that they know and on how to survive in that movie. In this movie, like the fact that she's like, the fact that she, can type a really good, like she can do a lot of like paperwork has nothing to do with the fact that she's really like she knows how to survive. She just has a hobby in this movie. Like she is just really into survival stuff. She loves the show Survivor. Like it has nothing to do. Like if Dylan O'Brien just happened to be an arsehole CEO, but also was really into survival stuff, like he would have survived. He would have been fine. He would have survived on the island. I don't think it hits the same point that it's trying to make, that Triangle of Sadness does. And I felt like that's what this movie was trying to do. It was trying to hit that point.
But if one of the rich CEOs knew how to survive this, he'd been fine too, right?
Yeah, yeah, in that movie. But like the point is like they never bothered. Like they they're not really interested in any of that. But like everything that the service workers know on how to survive comes from their job, correlated to their job, right? And I think that was really important in that movie. And it made a really good statement about, society and civilization. And I felt like this movie was trying to say the same thing, but it just doesn't really work because the circumstances
both characters
are
unlikable as fuck. That's the problem. Like I never was rooting for anybody, and like usually that's fine, but they weren't interesting enough villains either, and so they were like in the middle. So, I mean, the dude was like had no redeeming qualities, obviously.
Well, that was kind of another problem I had with the movie. Is like as soon as she hits the island, I actually found Rachel McAdams to be quite charismatic, and I could see maybe the movie saying that when you're in the right environment, like it brings it out of you, brings charisma out of you.
Yeah, she was in her element.
Yeah. So that kind of makes sense. Yeah, she does lose her mind, but there's so many good like there are good stuff in this movie. Like I really like stuff that it sets up and then pays off later. Like there's heaps of stuff that it sets up and then pays off later. Like she notices the little boat earlier, and I just assumed that it was just like a tourist boat. They come around
too, like a search boat.
Search boat, not a search boat, but like a tourist boat, and they just come to that area of the island, and the rest of the island's kind of dangerous. And I saw it coming. As she said, that area is poison. I was like, she's just doesn't want him to go to that area where she saw the boat. But no, there's heaps of stuff. Like I like how like the dialogue from the start of the movie where he says stuff like he says stuff to the person that he's interviewing, the lady that he's interviewing. He's like, are you willing to go above and beyond for the job? And it's like what does that mean? And then later on she flips it on him. And then,
saw that coming a mile away, right?
He assumed, but like what I really like is he assumes that what she wants him to do is like he starts pulling his shirt off, and I like those kind of little. But that's good. It's like little character things, like he just thinks that's normal, right? And she uses that against him, and I like that. And she's like, "I'm not like you. Put your shirt back on." Yeah. But what I was disappointed by is when she has him eat a blue-ringed octopus, right? and he's like paralyzed. Right. I really wish she actually cut his dick off. I wish she did. Like, I really wish the movie took a bigger turn. I was like, "Oh, this is interesting."
And then where does the movie go from there, though?
Yeah, I know.
Right, that's tough. I like to switch up because I fully thought she was going to fucking.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
And then when she didn't, I'm like, "Oh shit, she's using." This one and like I admired that, but then she would be like crazy bloodthirsty. Like I enjoy the action direction always by Sam Raimi.
Yes,
I thought the boar scene was fun. I don't think it was great CGI. I don't think the boar looked as great as I wanted, but I love how he filmed it. And I was actually like when the fucking boar comes out of the fucking thing. Like he still knows how to jump scare you, and I love that. He knows how to do that shit.
It's the over the topness too. Like when she kills it. And then it comes back and it's like bleeding on her. And then it's like, okay, well, she killed it. But then no, it keeps going and going. And it's just like,
I love that stuff.
Closer and closer. That's
Evil Dead,
it's just spraying.
It's full Evil Dead,
fucking blood.
And also just like the POV of the pig as well is very Evil Dead as well.
It goes on for, this isn't a critique, but it's just, I think it's the best way to explain it. It goes on for way longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
But you love it.
It's right. It's right.
Yeah, it feels good. And like the same thing with their fight scene at the end. It goes on for a long time. Like, he's putting his finger in her eye. It's like,
I thought the pacing of the third act was fucking bad. I thought that like a lot of those scenes were like went on way too long. Like it was like 8 or 10. I'm talking about like trimming 5 or 6 or 7 seconds from some things. It just felt like they wanted it to be more like that would be very grand and amazing if I was in love with these characters, and these were like amazing characters and but like by the time the end of the movie was like, yeah, but I wasn't like, oh my god, you know, it's like I just didn't like feel as epic as I wanted it to be because I just like I don't know, the characters were just I don't know, there's something about the third act.
Fair.
I do like the switch up with the. Are we going to give the spoiler? I don't want to do the spoiler if we don't have to.
Yeah, but we could give spoilers. Yeah, I mean, so there's a bunch of we're about halfway. So there's a bunch of reveals. Like we knew from the beginning that she's just trying to keep him there because she wants to teach him a lesson, and she just likes the survival aspect. Yeah, I know. Like she wants to bring him around, but and she also is in her element. But there's a bunch of things that kind of don't make sense.
Stay there.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like I'm in my element, so like I want to live here on the island. Good, fucking stay on the island, but don't like he's a dick. But at the same time,
I get that. Yeah. But also like, have you guys watched Survivor? Have you guys ever been Survivor heads before?
It's been a long time since I watched it.
I was a Survivor head for a long time. I've seen many episodes, so I do know the thing.
But like. The thing about Survivor is you don't need any of these survival skills to be on Survivor. Like Survivor's a personality show. Survivor's Survivor's like all about, you know, one-upping each other mentally. I mean, I guess that's what this movie is. Like that makes sense. But
yeah.
Like all of the stuff, like the survival skills and stuff, you don't need that for Survivor. Like, and I don't understand why
That's not true. They only give you like a pot of rice, and you still have to thatch your fucking house together and keep a fire.
No, I thought they had it set up for you.
No,
I thought they set it up for you.
No, not.
Really? I thought it was very I thought it was very constructed because then they go and do their challenges and that's all very constructed.
No, I think
cameras everywhere.
If I remember right, I think it gets constructed as you get further along, but like there'd be like a thing where it's like, hey, whoever starts a fire first gets extra rations and you get your fire, but the losers just sleep like in the rain and shit like that. And then
they
eventually
don't have shelter. They have to make their own shelter.
Yeah.
They have to do everything from scratch.
Do they really?
I don't know how it is now.
Yeah. I've seen at least 15 seasons of Survivor. They give you nothing. Okay. It's not easy.
Okay. Well, I trust you.
We'll fact check it later. We'll fact check it later.
Yeah. I can't see Chatterino, so I can't see chat. That sucks. But like the stuff that she knew, I feel like that's stuff you need on like one of those proper survival shows where they literally just chuck you on an island. I can't remember what the name of the show is. There's one specific one where they literally just chuck you on an island and they give you like 5 things that you can pick from. Well, that's a bit different, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's basically as raw as it gets. They don't give you anything. You know, you get to bring a couple things.
Yeah. But I kind of just didn't really buy that aspect, like that she also had like 50 books on how to talk to a bird and and how to make her bird talk, and her bird still doesn't talk to her. I thought that was funny, and she was trying to have like a what's that movie? I've lost my train of thought. The Lady and the Tramp. You know, she's trying to have a Lady and the Tramp moment with the bird, and the bird's just not having it. Yeah,
well,
I love that stuff.
The bird was great.
The bird.
Best actor in the film.
Best actor in the film.
No, because like I'm rooting for Rachel McAdams, and like in some ways, I thought but it's a Sam Raimi film, so I know it's over the top, and it's like the newsroom from the Daily Planet with the caricatures and everything, right? But like it's too much. Like she's being too derpy. It's like Rachel McDerpy at one point, right? And it was like too much. But at the same time, I'm still, you know, I still think she gave. Her energy was so good when she was in her survival mode, and her, did that.
And I didn't really understand her role. Like they say she's a manager, right? They said she's a manager, and they were going to give her VP, but she's like sitting in this desk, and they make it out like if they didn't have her, the whole company would crumble. Like the whole company, like none of these other people are doing anything. Are you joking? I was like, it's very heavy-handed, and I just kind of didn't buy it. I felt
kind of dumbed down, I think, a little bit.
But like a movie like Triangle of Sadness, like I'll bring out Triangle of Sadness again. Like the first half of the movie is set up on the boat, and you learn about every single character and what their role is on the boat, and then the boat, like shit hits the fan, and it's hilarious, by the way, when shit hits the fan in that movie. and then afterwards everything comes back, like all of the what everyone knows, like from the boat comes back on the island.
Isn't that just Snowpiercer?
Well, Snowpiercer's on a train, and
I know, but it's a different location, but the same idea: the very wealthy elite and the service.
Yeah, right? But it's
have the interactions. The TV show's an interesting show because they try to really extend it.
But I guess like with Snowpiercer, it's more like like they're dependent on them. Like thematically, it's the same, but it's not like exactly they land on an island and then they've got nothing. Like there's that's kind of what this movie's doing. It's like they've got nothing, and who would survive? And it's obviously the people who have a harder life. That's what they're going for. It's a bit like
Lord of Flies is also the classic desert island.
Lord of Flies, yeah.
Like, what does a desert island do for the narrative? It allows everything to be brought to the primal level, and for personalities to be brought to the base, so that the real person emerges. Right? That's what the desert or the island or the isolation is supposed to do thematically. And so, like,
exactly.
I can understand that.
Yeah, and that's what they're going for with this movie. That it's obviously, it's very like just what they're going for specifically is very similar to Triangle of Sadness, but. I did like this movie. I think I like it mostly because it also reminds me of Madagascar as well. You guys seen the animated movie Madagascar when they not just that, but like Alex, like obviously Melman the zebra, he wants to go to the wild. He wants to live in the wild, and then obviously Alex the lion, he's he lives in the zoo and he thrives there. He's like he's the leader of the pack. He's the CEO, but he's a lion, right? It's not CEO, but you get what I'm saying. Like they're kind of, and then they land on the island, and again it's the zebra who's able to survive on the island, not the lion, which is kind of funny because normally like in actual Africa, like on the savannah, it's usually the lion that's you assume that it's the lion that hunts and blah 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 blah. I find there's a real parallel between this, and I'm just realizing it right now. Like
the female lion does the work.
Yeah, obviously, but I'm more talking like
Dylan is a bitch. Okay.
Yes.
He has no qualities. He doesn't even try, which is the worst thing you can do. So like, it's tough to like identify with his character at all because everything he does is being shitty the whole time. Like I would have loved to seen a couple redeeming qualities or some things that he did, because like nobody's that fucked up unless you're in a Batman movie. But I guess that's what Sam Raimi likes, and he's trying to tell like parables and stories and like with lessons, right? But then what is the lesson here? At the end, she says to the camera, think about taking care of yourself or whatever, right? She says something to that. Learn how to take care of yourself. And is that the message of the show? No one's like, you have to take care of yourself. Like, I don't understand what the fuck
I think it's very nihilistic. It's like the world's not going to help you, so you got to help yourself, sort of thing.
I like the idea that you should be self-sufficient and empowered yourself so you can help others. That's the most important part. Because the whole human race is about teamwork, right? Like we're apes. We're weak compared to other animals and environments, and so we need to collectively work together. And like part of that is being strong yourself so you can help the family, right? And that's what I would have put at the like. I don't want to tell Sam Raimi, but like this message was like, she's a psychopath and he's a fucking psychopath, and it's a comedy. And like some of the comedy stuff wasn't funny, like when she's like throwing up in his mouth when he's trying to do the it was cringe. He's trying to be funny, and I'm like, I get it, it's funny, but like keep doing it. Like I'm not rolling in the fucking aisles over that, Sam. It's not that funny, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I found the delivery of the dialogue a lot funnier. All the dialogue in general a lot funnier than like the visual gags were. Because I think like
for comedy, that's the problem for me.
No, I chuckled a few times. Like I chuckled quite a few times, but it wasn't like there was nothing that was laugh out loud funny.
The situation,
it was entertaining. Yeah. It was entertaining. Yeah.
Well, he's a master director. You can tell like this film could have been made by 40 other directors. It would have been shit. And
it would have been dog shit. Like he elevates it.
And then McAdams and Dylan are very professional, excellent, and their energy carries their performances and stuff. So like that professionality really accentuated this movie, I think. the qualities and like the action, direction, and the way he does movement, and all of those things really add a plus to it, I think.
You mentioned the whole one of you guys about if she lived on the island, she liked being there, she could just live there, and let him go.
Yeah.
And I think that further was accentuated when the wife showed up to rescue him. And she's like, "Oh, you're here," and it's like, just let him fucking go. Just like she was so pure. She just wanted to take her man and go and save her too. But
crazy,
just leave. But that turned into a
such
whole
a piece
fucking
of shit. Like,
mess.
why does she want him to be there with her? Because he's like, they're not even fucking.
Point. I think he wants to prove a point. Yeah, I think she
wants to prove a point. Yeah, because her ego is just as fucked up as his at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I don't know. Do you feel like this movie? Because I felt like this movie was on her side, right? Because I don't think it.
I think so.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't think this is framing, Prag. This is see what we're doing. We're talking about framing now. This movie frames her in a positive light, and I think she's a worse person than the movie kind of frames her to be.
It frames her as the victim, which she is at the beginning, but then clearly it is just turns into something that's very different. And
I think she's a victim when she's eating tuna fish at her desk and being a fucking extra.
Well, as far as like being looked over, like look at
you're doing it to yourself too.
You're a woman existing in a man's world, and also corporate bullshit and all those things. And like you got that, and it made sense. Well, but then the moment they get to the island, it turns into she can help him, and then he still acts like that, and it's a whole thing. And then it just
Yeah, I do like that he never changes.
In the office scene.
No, I thought that was her. That's not her. I thought it was her.
It's not her.
That's not her. I thought
I was so disappointed that wasn't her because like I
had the same thought.
Like she had her
Yeah.
Orlando's so good.
They couldn't get her, huh?
I think my other issue with this movie is I think it because the central conflict for him is like he wants to get off the island, she wants to stay on the island, right? And then he thinks he can survive without her. So he's initially he basically tells her to fuck off. And she does. She walks away, and then there's that great montage where it's like going past his face, and it's really good. Yeah. And he's like, he's waiting for her. He's like, I don't need her. She'll be back. Don't worry, she'll be back. And then she doesn't come back. He's like, and just like heaving heavily. It's great. Like it's really good. Just the way it's framed, way it's shot. Yeah.
This is a mommy fetish movie. Right? These are for men who want to be mommied and like, I'm going to hold my breath until mommy comes back with my lunch. Right? And like you lay down on the bed and mommy throws all the warm laundry on you because it feels so snuggly. Go ahead, JC.
Nothing wrong with that.
There is a better movie for that. It's called Sanctuary with Margaret Qualley. And Christopher Abbott. It is incredible, and it's exactly what you just described, Prag. It is an incredible movie. But no, I see what you're saying.
Is that the movie? I think I've seen.
It's called
that.
Sanctuary.
Tell me a little bit about it.
It's basically it's a CEO, and he hires a woman who's like she's a private escort, but she's like a dominatrix. She's like a dom essentially, and it's kind of a secret. He's the CEO, she's the dom, and she kind of uses that as leverage again, and all of this stuff. It's really good. It's really, really good.
Nice.
But no, I just wanted to point that out. It's better than this movie. At doing that. Yeah.
Thank you.
The initial conflict when they land on the island is like he thinks that he can survive without her. She's like, no, you can't. And then,
mommy's right.
And then she walks off, and then he's like, I can't survive without you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then he
like a baby.
Then and then he accepts her food, accepts blah blah blah, lets her teach him some stuff, and then he fucks off again. And it's like, so we're just recycling the same conflict again. Yeah. We're doing it again. So he fucks off, and he thinks he can survive without her, and then
none of us can survive without.
And then he does it again when he builds the raft, and then it happens 3 times. I'm like, we're just. This is a wheel that just keeps turning.
That's how you know she's crazy because like she almost kills her or tries to kill her. That was his intent, and she's like still wants that relationship, and so she ignores it, which is very problematic.
Well, that's why I kind of wish. Yeah, but that's why I kind of wish that it took the detour, and she cut his dick off, and then she starts like she's actually a little bit deranged, because then it would say something.
Like get him to fall in love with her eventually. Because there's that scene when they drink, and the next day, like she's watching him, bathe or whatever, like, being extra creepy and lascivious. Yeah. And so like she's driven by her primal instinct. And again, we're back to the theme of being returned to nature and your primal nature coming through, and like you're ignoring your sensibilities in some. But
then if it had taken that detour, she chops his dick off, like, and then like,
that's not how she wasn't going to chop his dick off, JC. He's nuts. Is that how you think you neuter somebody? Then. You have to urinate, friend. Okay.
Fine. Neutered him. I thought it was going to take that deranged route, and then it would say something like, this is kind of what society makes of people. That like when you push them down, they become like, that's what happens. Like, they become violent. They blah, 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 all of this stuff. But it doesn't go that way. It doesn't go that way. And I kind of wish it did. I wish it went the extra mile.
Yeah,
I was excited when she like had the knife in the flame and everything. Like I was excited. I was like, where is this movie gonna go? Now I'm excited.
You were like clutching your fucking onions.
I was.
I hate scenes like that. I hate that.
But
shit.
I was excited. I was excited.
No, because that's not about mutilation of someone's genitalia like that. Is about power, right?
Yes.
You can take away their reproduction capacity, you take away their humanity and their freedom and their liberty and their testosterone or their estrogen, would either way that you do it. So to me, I think that's like almost worse than killing somebody, because then you're humiliating them too, because they used to do that to slaves, and like then you have to fucking serve the person too on top of it. It's nuts.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the movie shouldn't have been on her side. So I think if they'd done that, it would have taken a nice detour. It would have said something about how societies make, when you push people down like that, it makes them more violent, makes them desperate, blah 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 blah, deranged. True. And that would have been really good. But they didn't go that route, and I was I was like, oh, okay. So we're going back to the, Zuri shows up, and so we're back to the conflict of he wants to leave the island, she doesn't, and I was like, it's less interesting. It kind of got old as the movie went on.
To tell you what, there's a movie that's a romantic comedy that's set in the jungle. It's called Romancing the Stone. I don't know if you've ever heard about this movie.
I have, yeah.
But that is that's a real chemistry between. I think it's Michael Douglas and I can't remember the name of that. Kathleen Turner, maybe, but like that, and Danny DeVito's in it as the comic relief. That's an amazing romantic comedy that's really funny and really, and like you can feel that connection.
On the beach and everything.
They do what?
It's like set on an island.
It's not set on an island, but it's set in the, like there's a plane crash and they're trapped in the jungle at a certain point. And so like that isolation and primalness is again the theme, right? You get the two lovers or potential lovers isolated; they can't get away from each other. They have to they have to face each other, and it's in a primal state where you're at your most difficult, right? Because you're hungry and tired, etc.
Awesome. I'm ready to wrap things up if you guys are. I'm ready for the final thoughts.
I just want to mention one more movie, Louis Gossett Jr. and Enemy Mine, which is about an alien and a human who are at war with each other, and they crash land on a planet, and they have to learn to love one another. What a fucking movie. And Louis Gossett Jr. plays like a reptilioid type alien, disappears into the role. It's one of the best.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. What's it called again?
It's called Alien Mine.
Okay, I'm gonna.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah, right.
No, that's not called that. That sounds cool.
What is it called? Hold on.
Did you say Enemy Mine or something?
Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine. Enemy Mine. It's Enemy Mine. It's Enemy.
Is it Enemy Mind? Okay.
Yeah.
Enemy Mine.
M-I-N-E. Just look up Louis Gossett Jr. movies.
Louis Gossett Jr. and Dennis Quaid. Yeah, it's a good.
Dennis Quaid is a banger.
85.
Yes. And that's when I saw it in the theaters.
Speaking of Dennis Quaid time, I was wondering, the part at the start when Dylan O'Brien, like he sees her eating the tuna sandwich, she's got the thing on her mouth.
That was so gross, but
it reminded you of the Dennis Quaid scenes?
Yeah.
And yeah.
And the
it's
substance,
always gross when they do that. Yeah.
Before I get to my final thoughts, the ending kind of bothered me because I feel like the right ending would have been for him to subdue her and then be stuck on the island. I don't know how they would figure that part out, but I think
because the billionaires would have shown up.
Yeah,
she would have fucked her so well that she couldn't think straight.
The more logical ending, I guess, or the movie specific one is that she won, I guess. But it just didn't feel like satisfying,
I also don't like that she like her what she does afterwards is she plays golf and she writes self-help books.
Yeah,
she becomes him. She just becomes him at the end of the day. She just becomes the fucking other narcissistic fucking waste.
And then
I don't
she's
like it.
driving on the road and then she looks at the screen. I'm like, is that supposed to be something like? Are they telling us something? I don't get it.
I don't know what they're trying to tell me. I really don't.
It felt kind of outdated. It felt kind of like
it was like
he's sort of ending, but yeah.
And that fight scene, while it was good and it was crazy with gouging her eye out, whatever.
Yeah,
that's a man. He would have destroyed her. He would have just absolutely killed her.
Oh yeah, right.
But they did show like the fight scene. They did show like he tricks her. He takes the laces out of the shoe and then he chokes her. Yeah, strangles
like hit him on the head with something. I was like, that's the only way she could win.
It's a comic book, bro.
So they made it work.
Yeah,
comic book.
Yeah,
creep show.
But and plus I don't think he's trying to kill her. He's trying to just fucking get his shit back.
I mean,
and then swallowing the ring too. What a bitch!
Love that. So good. There's some great stuff in this movie. Like
the zombie wife. That was very Raimi. You know, like little stuff like that was like jump scare zombie types of like that was very Sam Raimi-ish.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is a movie where I would say it's like a ride. I went on it and I liked it. I'm probably not going to go on it again, so I'm probably not going to watch this movie again. But I did enjoy it. It was not what I expected, just based on the trailer. Again, my limited knowledge of Sam Raimi movies, aside from the Spider-Man movies, I don't really know too much about him. But I recognize his style in this movie. I like Rachel McAdams. I didn't think she was herself until her charming, charismatic part came on the island. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I thought it was a fun film. Obviously, not the greatest thing ever, but it was fun to watch. I guess I'm upset I didn't see it in theaters, I guess, because it's just fun. It's a fun movie to watch. Worth a watch, definitely. I'm going to give it a 73.
Nice.
Right. So there's a show, like in the 50s, they had horror comics until they banned them. The United States banned the ability to do horror comics until the 90s, really. And there was a book called Creep Show, and it's an anthology, and it was a comic, funny but scary comic series. And also there was the movies, right? And Stephen King.
My dad showed me the first one. Yeah, my dad showed me the first one. So you
also have Tales from the Crypt, which is another type of where we try to play this game where it's comedy horror, which is an interesting game, right? Because we're talking about things that are scary but also funny at the same time. It's an interesting subgenre, right? And so I feel like this fits very much in that vein. And so I'll allow a lot of the the fucking incongruities. And at the end of the day, I'm flipping pages, and I like to look at the frames and the beauty and like how it's, and then the caricatures are easy. I'm not focused as much on the characters. I'm just like enjoying the whole vibe, right? This is a vibeocracy of a movie. I love Rachel McAdams. I did, Dylan's fine, but I would have thought a more interesting. I felt like it was typecast a little bit, and I would have been more interested if it was a little different. This is the movie that I wanted to like more. I thought the third act pacing was troubling. I thought I liked that there was like switch ups and you get the mansion at the end, which is a fun thing, but he had to do something like that. Otherwise, where are you going to go with this? Right. And so then you have the final encounter, which is what we all expect. Right. And the fights between them were not my favorite thing. Right. Because again, even though he's a man who hasn't been eating for weeks and weeks, just the fact that he's probably 100 pounds heavier, right? He's probably 5'10", 175 pounds. She's 5'4", probably 118. Okay. It's just the bones are heavier on that person, right? But then again, what are you talking about, Prag? It's a comic book. Just enjoy it. So I'm not going to shit on this movie. I would not recommend people pay full price pay-per-view for it. Wait for it to be on Netflix. Wait for it to be on HBO.
I paid full price for it.
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm almost done, my man. And then if it comes on sale for $7, watch it. But I don't think it's a $25 at this juncture. And I know that's not how we should think about it, but that's kind of how I feel. And not that I feel disrespected that I did. I want the people who make the film to get, the money to make the next film. So I give it a 50, right in the bang middle.
Nice.
Not bad, not my favorite, but enjoyable, entertaining. If it comes on, sit down and watch it.
Nice. That's awesome. I also want to ask you guys before I do my final thoughts,
Yeah.
Because I just realized I didn't bring up the score is by Danny Elfman. Did you guys like the score?
I did notice that. Notice that. And
yeah, I remember
seeing
that.
Yeah. There's no like memorable hook or anything that's in my brain, but it was fine.
Yeah, I think
I saw Danny Elfman and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there were moments where I was like, oh, this sounds like Corpse Bride. Oh, this sounds like Nightmare Before. Oh, this sounds like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But yeah, it wasn't anything like special, you know.
Yeah,
it didn't have like a I agree. But anyway, final thoughts. I would say I enjoyed this movie. I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. I think if you really want to get a movie with a lot of meat on its bones, it kind of says the same thing. Watch Triangle of Sadness. It's even funnier than this movie. Like that movie's hilarious. And yeah, I didn't like that it recycled its conflict 3 times in a row, where I was like, okay, we're doing the same thing. It's the same conflict over and over again. And I really wish it took a more crazy turn in the 3rd act. But I did like a lot of the Raiminess. I love the way he shoots things. You talked about like the zombie fiance. I even just like the way that he shot her crawling out of the water and like the way the music was swelling and how dark it was. I was like, ooh, that's creepy. So I think technically this movie is fantastic. I just think from a script level and just pacing level, it doesn't really work for me. But I do think Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien do an incredible job. So I'd give it 65 out of 100. Yeah. I also want to ask, have you guys seen Dylan O'Brien's TikTok that he did where he recreated the scene from The Social Network? Let me find it. It's really good. Have you guys seen The Social Network? Is another good
I've
question.
Seen The Social Network, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
Let me quickly find that. You guys talk about
let's talk about what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow we are back here to review what? Time Goes to Waste. You're picking a film?
We're reviewing one of the funniest movies of all time, in Step Brothers.
Debatable.
Okay, save it for the review. Save it for tomorrow.
We'll see. I haven't watched it yet. I might love it this time.
We're gonna have a crash out.
I'm very excited.
And then I have had to select my film for Brave the Cinemas, correct? And am I allowed to say the film now, JC?
Well, let me play this Dylan O'Brien clip, and then,
I'm not allowed
to
we'll say it yet. Like, do you know how Rachel McAdams' mommy's Dylan? That's what JC does to me. I'm not allowed to eat the fish until mommy comes back with the leaves.
You think a knife just washed up on shore?
Yeah, that's what he tells me. Prag, you just
I actually love that line.
I was like,
I'm a showrunner.
I did think a knife just because you told me.
Yeah, you told me.
That's what I said when she said she's like, it's amazing what washed up on the shore. I'm like, bitch, that's metal. That's not floating. What are you talking about? Like, I'm like, okay, Sam. Like, well, obviously we're doing comic. Okay, we'll be quiet.
Yeah, but
hold on. Before you play this, who is he? Someone from like
I don't know.
TikTok, and then he became like an actor?
No. Okay. He was in Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay.
That's probably what he was most famous for. And then he was in The Maze Runner. He was in a really good movie recently called teenage movie called Love and Monsters. That was a really good movie. I really enjoyed that.
Kyle Mooney's role, I think he wasn't available, so they had to give it to Dylan.
I think he's underrated.
But I see it.
Kyle?
Yeah,
I think it's
I've fallen out of love for Kyle Mooney.
I'm not that interested in this dude. He looks like there's so many fucking guys like this in Hollywood. It's not even worth my time.
He's just charismatic, is all.
Kyle Mooney's charismatic.
I believe you.
No, you
all right,
don't.
So basically, his friend Sarah Ramos just brought him in to do this weird like TikTok. But here it is. It's so accurate. Yeah, that just plays it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he kills it. Yeah. Like he absolutely nailed it.
Listen, he's a professional fucking actor, dog. Like he can do whatever he wants, you know. Like he's very good. But like I just would have liked to seen them take another chance. But if they probably to get the money for this, you have to book someone like that, right? Because like, and it's not going to hurt the film. But like, you know, I'm gonna iconoclast.
What are we watching next week? Well, not next week. 2 weeks from now for Brave the Cinema.
I'm never telling you what the next movie is. No, it's too late.
Now you're being
won't let me say
that's
it.
What happens.
We are watching.
I did let you say it. I had the video ready. I thought that's what we were doing.
Anyway, we are watching, and this might be controversial. I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. Here we go.
It's
you ready? 28 years later, the Bone Temple,
the Bone Zone,
the Bone one. We're not watching the first one. We're watching the second one.
I mean, I've seen the first one. JC's I recommend people see it. You don't have to see it. You can just watch the second one, but I think you'll like the first one too. And they would go to taste great together. And the good news is it's on Netflix in America, so you don't have to pay for the Bone Zone. And so that's what we're picking. Because
have you seen the first one, Tom?
Here's the best part. This all started with 28 days later. Time hasn't seen it. Then it went to 28 weeks later. Time saw that for some reason.
Okay.
And then it went to 28 years later. Time did not participate. So he is every other 28 person. That's what we're doing here.
I want to know. Are you going to just go in blind and watch the Bone Temple with that?
Yeah, good. You know what? I like that. Yeah. You know why? Because then you'll review it in isolation for its own merits, regardless of the others. And there's nothing wrong with that, because like a movie
that would be interesting
that sits alone, that's released alone, should be able to stand alone.
I do have to ask a question.
Like if you haven't seen Dune 1, you should be able to hang with Dune 2.
Right, yeah. I do have a question though.
Yeah, what's the question?
One of my favorite actors / gorgeous men in Hollywood, Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's in 28 years. Is he in the Bone Temple?
He's not in the Bone Temple. He's not in the Bone Temple.
Oh, you should see the first one, because
you should
you're
see
gonna
the
like
first
what
one.
he
It's
does.
really good.
Like you're gonna really enjoy his role in that if you're a Aaron fan.
He's not in the Bone Zone. Damn it!
No, he's great. No, I really like 28 Years Later, bro. I like the first. The more I think about it, the more I enjoy it. The world.
Listen,
I'm gonna say world building again.
Listen, I'm flexible. If you want to watch both, I'm down to watch both. If you want to do both, I'm down to do both.
Well, how about this? If time gets around to seeing it, depending on his schedule, I can watch it again, but not necesito, because we don't want to have to put that on anyone. It's how long from now? 2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, so time, you let me know, and then like if
I have a very successful
show, we can review both.
Improv soap opera show with Prag that we do, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of planning.
I mean, that's true.
Fair enough. But if you let us know
Eastern last night.
Let us know. That's right. If you do watch 28 Years Later, let us know, and then we'll talk about both. Okay. If you don't watch 28 Years Later, we'll just talk about the Bone Temple.
If I try to watch 28 Years Later, the first one, I'll try to watch it as soon as possible to let you guys know, so we have more time to.
You don't have to watch 28 Days Later at all, because those nothing. Yeah. Like I feel like those two sit in their own, because it's so many years later. It's 27 years later between the prequels, so you know you don't need to see that, but I think it would be beneficial to see the first one, definitely. Don't you think, JC?
Got it.
Because there is some like it does pick up with
it's some thematic. Cool. There's some thematic through line through the two, so it's important. But I wouldn't mind if you watched just the Bone Temple. They're both really good.
Okay.
Can we call it the Bone Zone when we do
the Bone Zone?
The Bone Zone.
It's about zombies who have a porno company. It's weird. Yeah.
What do you guys been watching?
Oh shit! I forgot we have this assignment.
Consuming.
I'm thinking.
I have this thing where it's not a lot of games, but there's some games where I'll play and then I just stop playing them and then I come back and pick them up back where I left off, and it's very confusing because I don't know what happens. It's like, do I have to restart, and the whole thing. Fortunately for me, Pokemon, you don't have to fucking deal with that shit. So I'm playing. I'm trying to finish up Pokemon Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Oh yeah.
Very fun open world game. Pokemon, it's fun. So I've been playing that, and then still baseball seasons. Watching that. Watching.
Not reading anything.
90 Days. No, 90 Day Fiance. Still watching that. That's funny. That's it.
Awesome.
I don't know how to read. Yeah.
Brad, you been consuming anything?
I am watching. I told you guys about this new show that came out for the spring season in the United States. It's called The Iran War.
Oh yeah. You were talking about that. I remember you talking about that.
Wait, did the news get renewed for another season?
It keeps it's a 2-week renewal, and I don't know how that works. Everything is 2 weeks. It's like Donnie 2 weeks comes out. He's like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and it's like this.
I thought it was meant to be a 2-week hiatus, but there's still going.
Everything is 48 hours or 2 weeks. Every episode ends in 2 weeks. You're gonna see this, or in 48 hours, and then something crazy happens.
But like from a storyline perspective, when you say, "Hey, I'm gonna do something," and then you say, "Well, never mind, I'll see you in 2 weeks," isn't that weak storytelling?
Yeah, I think so.
That's just kicking the can, right?
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But like,
I don't know what they're doing over there.
How is the show successful? That's weird. That's crazy.
They need to get better writers. They need to get
Brad Bird. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. That's why it's just like, what the fuck are these people writing right now? It's like, where are you gonna go with this? Like,
crank it up a little bit.
They keep figuring out a way.
He make things worse.
Throw some lens flare in there.
I don't know. Yeah, but you keep throwing that mystery box shit in there that you don't want.
So many mysteries left.
I think we need a Noah Hawley on there, or a
I hate the show, but I keep tuning in, and that's like it's like a malicious addiction in my view, and
hopefully they actually let him make the show instead of
and for whatever reason, everything at the grocery store costs 8% more now. So I don't know what the fuck that has
from a TV show. That's crazy.
They call it uptight and promotional. Like, well, McDonald's like gives me socks for Christmas socks when they have a promotion. What they do is like, everything's more expensive. So it's like you're in it, you're in the show. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the show, dog.
Yeah,
like I don't want to. Like, it's affecting you. Like, you're in the show, bro. And like people are getting drafted to be in the show now. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's crazy because people use like video games and music, and then before TV to escape the real life, and now it's like it is the real life. That's crazy.
So immersive, and like the chat section's blowing up.
JC?
So what I've been watching. Related, I watched Alex Garland's Warfare, which which came out last year. I thought it was okay. I think that my problem with the movie is it seems like what they would go, they took a very Dogma approach to, like, Dogma 95 approach. I don't know if you know what that, if you're aware.
I haven't seen it. So,
no. Dogma 95 isn't a movie. It's a filmmaking movement. It's a filmmaking movement, and essentially, the whole idea is to strip back as much, it's to give you as many constraints as you can, so you can be as creative as you can.
For example,
I think like Lars von Trier was very into the Dogma approach.
Nymphomaniac 1 and 2, which we reviewed on this podcast with Dark BMX.
I'm not saying it was specifically Dogma, but it was Dogma-like, and essentially what they said was whatever
anti-orthodox. Is that what it means? Anti-orthodox.
Yeah, what anti-orthodox? Yeah, so unorthodox. So when they were writing the script, essentially what they did was anything we put in this script can't come from it. Like, it can't be invented, essentially. So everything that was written in the script was either something that Ray Mendoza, the other director of this movie, either something that he remembers and then fact-checked with someone else, and that was there during the event. So everything had to be like double-checked to make sure that it actually happened, like on a script level. And the movie doesn't say it's based on true events. It says it's based on memories. But they interviewed like 50 people that were involved in this event, in the Iraq War, just to make sure that everything that happened in the movie sequentially was what everyone remembers happening. So they like double checked everything, essentially.
A lot of people say that the Iraq War is like the Hobbit is to Fellowship of the Ring is to the Iran War.
It's Iraq War.
And that's an SAT joke, right?
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
That's banger.
But my issue with that is it's no longer like, it's obviously something that Alex Garland facilitated, but what I like about Alex Garland is his imagination, what he can come up with. I love Dread. I love Annihilation. I love Ex Machina. I love what he can come up with on his own. So the movie script just isn't his. Like, it's written by him, but it's not at the same time. It's it's not his movie. It's Ray Mendoza's, essentially, and he just facilitated.
He's a great action director, though. Like, I love his
and the movie looks amazing.
Like, what a fucking... And when they storm Washington, D.C. at the end of
Civil War,
what a fucking...
But he came up with that. But he came up with that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of like felt was lacking in Warfare. Like, again, it's a very meticulous, like, crafted movie about exactly what happened in Iraq on that day. But I felt like it was lacking creativity. Like, it was. I get what they were going for, but it looked great. But I just didn't really care, because I don't really care about soldiers in the Iraq War, unfortunately. It's just like not something that I'm very interested in.
Okay.
But clearly Alex Garland was, and he wanted to make it as accurate as he wanted, so he made that piece. So it was okay. I didn't love it, though. Other than that, I've been playing Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I just killed everyone in the Dark Brotherhood. That was very sad, but that's what you have to do. Otherwise, you can't finish the quest line. but I liked all those characters, so it sucked.
When is Fable dropping?
That's August, I think, or like around then.
It's on track.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I keep seeing advertisements for it. But yeah, Odysseus.
I'm looking for a good fucking open world like medieval game because like I feel like Crimson Desert kind of like yanked the fucking rug out.
I told you it would.
I already knew that it might, that's to be expected in the industry, but I feel like it's going to have a lot of legs over length of time. And I think that it's going to get better and better as they keep getting like, I feel like as soon as it gets to 60 frames per second locked and stuff like that, and certain systems are improved. So like, I know those games are, especially for smaller studios, are long-term projects, and like something like No Man's Sky did fulfill the promise, but and like
eventually
they have to eventually, and I hate that but I feel like they have to sell a pig in a poke to get the thing out to create a base and then fix it, which is sad. But I don't want them to do that. I think that's very misleading, and I hate that CD Projekt Red had that.
Also, Odysseus has just met the Cyclops. Went through that whole sequence in the Odyssey. I'm so excited for what Christopher Nolan's going to do with that sequence, because reading it's so graphic. Like they talk about the Cyclops like eating all of his shipmates like in front of him, and there's like he like throws them against the wall. I have no idea.
I'm surprised it's not a two-parter.
Yeah,
right. I'm surprised you didn't do like Fellowship of or like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
like that could have been a 3-movie.
I'm pretty sure they're doing, for the Cyclops, they're doing no CGI. It's all either puppetry or animatronics. So I'm excited to see how he does that.
Interesting.
Like translates this novel, because it's very graphic. Like the amount of blood and guts, and like that they mention brains going everywhere. It's crazy. But I'm excited.
I want to see the guy who did editing. I want to see Ari Aster make the Odyssey. I don't want to see like. Yeah, because Nolan. He will make it creepy as it should be. I like Nolan too, but like he is very technical and cold sometimes, and I don't know. Like
we'll see what he does. But no, I'm excited.
Official, and he's very conservative. He's a very conservative person, which is great and fine, but it does show up in his work.
He doesn't have a smartphone.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like he always.
Yeah. To get in contact with him, you have to get in contact with someone else. Like he doesn't have
that's just smart.
Smartphone. He's not on the internet.
People are constantly bothering him, I guess.
Yeah. So apparently, like because he's not on the internet, apparently when he cast like Harry Styles in Dunkirk, he didn't realize that he was like a famous singer. Like his daughter had to tell him. Like he apparently, apparently
like PR fucking story.
Well, I don't know. He doesn't have a smartphone.
You a liar, sir.
Apparently, Harry Styles auditioned and just earned the role, and he does a good job in Dunkirk. But anyway, are we ready?
I mean, Harry was moved to the top of the line, and like a lot of people never even got to read for that. You know what I'm saying? So like, come on,
yeah.
Christopher, what are you trying to tell me?
See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.